time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good time. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Big Johnny D.
What's up, Gorehounds?
And the killing machine himself, Bobby Amone. And there's the lag. Okay, so today is May 3rd, 2021, and we got a doozy of an episode for you today.
Yeah, we
but
do.
first, it's time for your slice of life. Big Johnny D, how'd you do?
I did pretty well this week, buddy. It was a nice, relaxing week. Did another episode of Fatality with the Broadsmeister, and it was a good one. Did Shaolin Monks, so go check that out.
That was a fun game.
Oh, dude, I'm still playing through with the wife just because it's so good. Like, it's just a good co-op game. Celebrated my niece's 12th birthday on Saturday, so that was pretty sweet.
Happy birthday to your niece.
Yeah, happy 12th, Natalie. Other than that, man, just relaxed. Kind of didn't do shit this weekend, man. Just kind of, besides some gaming and obviously mowed the lawn, all that bullshit, and watched this movie. I'm gonna, and we will save more for that later on in this episode. Chad, buddy, how you been, bud?
Not too bad, brother. I worked, a 4-day week and had a 3-day weekend because of all the hours we put in. We had a lot of stuff going out. TJ, you're going to be seeing some different looking product coming out from us very soon.
Yeah, I saw the new packaging. Looks pretty spiffy.
Yeah, I think we're going to start shipping that next week.
Nice.
I think is the plan. So we got to ship out everything we have left this week. So it's kind of slow going right now, but we'll get that all out. And then when the new stuff will be hitting the shelves really soon. Well, new packaging. It's the same product, just new packaging.
Okay.
So it looks
awesome.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. Aside from that, like you, did some gaming over the weekend. I finished through the whole storyline of MK11 and Aftermath.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So now I'm just grinding and earning coins and skins and shit and seeing what all I can unlock. And thanks to you and Mr. Brody Kane, I had to go online and order Deadly Alliance and Deception.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Deadly Alliance will be here tomorrow. Deception got here Saturday.
What system did you get for that, bud? Xbox, you said?
Yeah, the OG Xbox.
Nice. You're not playing the Duke, are you?
The Duke?
The Duke controller? The old
school. Oh, yeah.
You got the Duke?
Wait, no. Mine don't work anymore. I had to get replacement controllers. They're smaller.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, because they came out with that second generation, which was much more ergonomic for the hands. But man, you got an OG Duke? Holy shit.
No. My controllers, probably from being moved around, stored for years and years, they just don't work anymore.
Word. That's awesome, though, dude. That makes me very happy you got this.
I'm disappointed Deception came before Deadly Alliance because I wanted to play Deadly Alliance first, so I didn't start.
Right. Well, understandable.
Yeah, because you got to go chronologically. By the way, I love the storyline for 11 and Aftermath.
Dude, they're really good. Really
That's like
good.
Movie good. It's actually better than the movie we got, and I love the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, I agree. And I feel like that was the hardest comparison is you got the last 4 games. You have a legit full fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But no, that's awesome, dude. And good luck on Deadly Alliance, man, because all them multicolor coins are a bitch to get for the fucking crit. So
I'll do what I can, brother. I'll do what I can. But yeah, aside from that, it was a pretty quiet weekend. This coming week, we celebrate Steph's 31st birthday.
Happy early birthday, Stephanie.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks, guys. Yes, and then Saturday we're going to the Penguins game.
Those are your
Wait, did you say it was Steph's birthday? Happy birthday. Yeah,
it will be. It's Thursday,
okay.
buddy.
Okay, I'll show up on Facebook. I'm like doing other stuff off
You're
screen.
fine. You're fine.
All right. That's all right.
We're good.
We got you covered, buddy. We got you covered. But yeah, that's all I got going on. What about you, Bobby? What's new with you, brother?
I had a nice little chill weekend myself, although, I bought more horror shit. Had to take a lot of restraint, but that's okay. That's all I'm gonna say. No, it was nice and chill. It was good. Just pretty much a lot of relaxing. Saw some friends, was hanging out with some family as well, and just doing a whole bunch of things. It was a nice weekend. And then Sunday was the chillest day of them all. It was chilling, so not a whole lot of horror this weekend, which is fine. I needed a little break from it. So, and then last week recorded episode 2 of The Machine Shop with Mr. Corey Kaufman himself.
Right.
So that'll be, I think, coming this week to everybody. And then episode Wednesday it'll be coming as
4 o'clock
from the boss man. And episode 3, I'm working on it now, and then I'm working on trying to upgrade some stuff. So slowly but surely, everything is
cool shit. Really cool shit if everything pulls through.
Yes, I'm working on it, waiting on some answers, but then waiting on some other shit to try and get fixed here first, because we need to make sure that shit is in tip top shape. Right now we're running good, and we're going to keep it that way. But everything else is good. That's all I got, boss man. What about you?
Okay, so I've been pretty busy this last week. We've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Got a package from Severn Films, and today I'd love to show you guys what is in it, but there's a lot of nudity. It is the comic version of The Strange Vice of Mrs. Worth. It has featuring Edwidge Fenech, one of my favorite Italian, what do we want to call her? Giallo stars, Italian actresses of her time. Fantastic. She's in all
Starlet is a good word.
Starlet. There we go.
Starlet.
She's again, the comic is just littered with nudity. The front cover's got some big old titties on it. So I can't show it.
Go wrong there, dude.
Yeah, I got some replacement disc cases in, because you remember a couple weeks ago.
You guys nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I got my Nosferatu in Venice, and it was just fucking destroyed. So I got some replacement cases for that. And then, of course, my Strange Behavior from 1981 had a blue case. Fixed that. Got a black case for it now, so it's all good. Nice. It's all good now, you know. But upgraded. Yeah, we've been working on some new shows, like Bobby said. Machine Shop episode 2 is dropping on Wednesday. Big old titties, gents. Big old
That's a good wife there.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Steve today. Looks like we're going to be doing some extra episodes of Somewhat Supernatural. Those will be releasing soon. And then I also started planning out the second season of the TJ Bowser Power Hour. That will be entitled Oh, for the Love of Film, and will feature 10 interviews with 10 different film collectors from our little community here, and I will go in depth of why they collect, and about some of their favorite pieces in their collection, and what kind of where it all started. It'll be pretty cool, and that, of course, will be all available on projectlouder.net, and of course on our social medias on Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff. So stay tuned for all new episodes of the Power Hour coming very, very soon. But yeah, I say that's all for right now. So let's move on with this week's episode. I am hearing an echo from one of you motherfuckers, so just double check to make sure your things aren't too loud. Bobby, it might be you. Okay, so this week's film is 1997's Event Horizon, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, written by Philip Eisner, produced by Lawrence Gordon, Lloyd Levin, and Jeremy Bolt, starring Lawrence Fishburne as Captain Miller, Sam Neill as Dr. William Billy Weir, Kathleen Quinlan as Peters, Jolie Richardson as Lieutenant Stark, Richard T. Jones as Cooper, Jack Noseworthy as Ensign, Jason Isaacs as DJ, Sean Pertwee as Smith Schmitty. Music by Michael Kamen, not Ryder. Cinematography by Adrian Biddle. Edited by Martin Hunter. Distributed by Paramount Pictures. Released August 15th, 1997. Runtime of 96 minutos. Budget $60 million. Gross $42 million. God left you unfinished. Chad?
Roll that beautiful beam footage, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't load it up. Hold up.
Don't mind that.
It'll just be a skosh of a second here, just as uploading. But yes. Bobby, your connection completely shit. The bed.
Did he freeze on us?
It's flatlined.
Yeah, it's flatlined.
Ooh.
He's just yeah.
Oh man,
it's processing. So just give it some time here.
Right on.
Bobby's got them sweet sex lips going on right
He does got them sweet sex lips. We need like
you know what would go great with that is John's chocolate rain voice.
There we
go.
Bobby sex lips and the chocolate rain voice. Oh boy.
Secret sex lips.
Oh, I can see. Oh, there's a lot of like looks like Steve preloaded a bunch of videos from Somewhat Supernatural that are still in here. There is a lot. Did he play those on air?
I think he did a couple, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get to catch this whole podcast. I jumped more in towards the end, but
Yeah, I am only able to. Everybody goes live, and I'm driving to work. So I'm just like,
right, that's true. Although you were at work for Brody and I on Saturday.
Yes. I just got there, and I was like messaging Brody. I was like, "Don't go live. Let me double check." I hate fixing stuff after the fact. You know,
This was the best because Brody didn't even have the link. I had to resend him the fucking link.
oh fuck,
Yeah, so I was just like, I got you. I don't.
Bobby. It looks like we finally have you back there, buddy.
Yep.
Welcome
I'm
back, sir.
just changing a couple things here. Just don't mind me right now.
Yeah, guys, sorry about this, and completely forgot that I didn't upload that. This is a significant time difference whenever you. Hey, you can have animated backgrounds now.
What? Really?
Oh shit!
Oh, that kind of looks like the countdown when I was nice.
That could be trippy.
Can you only do the preloaded ones, or can you make your own?
You can make our own, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure you can make your own.
Ooh.
Oh, Kaufman! It's almost done, boys. But yeah, that's pretty fucking rad. Didn't realize that. So anybody who's watching, I apologize for the little delay here. But
So imagine a Project Louder live background of just all the podcasters' heads going around in like a clockwise.
that'd scare me.
That would be
Be like
pretty
the
cool.
freaking Brady Bunch.
Chad, say the baked beans thing.
Here's a story.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
At 0300 this morning, TDRS picked up an automated navigation beacon broadcasting at 2-minute intervals in Neptune orbit.
This is incredible. It's the Event Horizon. She's come back. The Event Horizon is the culmination of a secret government project to create a spacecraft capable of faster-than-light flight. The ship doesn't really go faster than light. What it does is it creates a dimensional gateway that allows it to jump instantaneously from one point of the universe to another light years away.
Where's she been for the last 7 years, Doctor?
That's what we're here to find out. After 7 years in deep space,
There were 18 people on board this ship when it disappeared. I want them all accounted for.
Opening outer door.
it came back abandoned.
Enemy crew? Negative. This place is a tomb.
But it didn't come back alone.
Captain Miller! I've got some problems here!
This ship has been beyond the boundaries of our universe. Who knows where it's been? And what it's brought back with it.
Did you hear that? What is it? The ship is reacting to us and the reactions are getting stronger.
What are you telling me? That this ship is alive?
I have such wonderful things to show you.
Oh my God! It knows my secrets. It knows my fears. Vacate. I want off this ship.
You can't leave. She won't let you.
God help us.
Fucking A.
That's a nice trailer, I will say.
Very nice. Very well done.
You know what would have been sweet though? To watch it in 4K. Shot it last night. Yeah.
It might have been in 4K. I don't know. I just picked the.
There's a little UHD thing on the left.
Yeah, there. Like I said, there was 3 picks for that, but obviously we can get into that a little bit farther.
I'm not that upset. It was.
Who wants to put it down?
It was my pick, so I'd love to.
Okay.
I hear talking, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of background noise. Yep.
Is there TV on, or is like somebody streaming it?
That was Bobby. That was
Bobby
Bobby
for me.
I muted Bobby. That's definitely picking up a different TV.
Okay, you ready? So, the year is 2047, and a ship named the Event Horizon has reappeared after disappearing 7 years prior in experiments for faster-than-light travel. A rescue team hastily speeds to the returned vessel after a transmission was picked up from the ship, garbled but vaguely resembling a human voice. As the crew reach the ship, it appears that someone or something is toying with them. And more, the question is, what has the Event Horizon become?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did anybody else want to play Doom or Dead Space after watching this shit? Because I certainly fucking
Dead
did.
Space
I wanted to watch
the ship
Pinhead.
design.
I wanted to watch the third Pinhead like after this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because it reminded when you saw some of the flashbacks of all the poker, like I was like, this is so
That's fine.
Like,
no, the Hellraiser vibes are strong.
Yeah, it was very, very highly Hellraiser influenced, and it did actually influence both Dead Space and I believe Doom 3.
Oh yeah, I mean Dead Space is right off the fucking bat, dude. That's literally the goddamn story like, you know what I mean? The story mode right there. Lost ship, let's go figure out, see what the hell happened to all the crew and everything. Perfect. Dude, when I heard that line, I was like, oh, we're going to see the Ishimura. But we're not going to see the Ishimura. But, dude, and Doom, obviously, because we're talking about space and demonic forces and shit. So that's just like full out. Like,
Yeah, that was my biggest disappointment with the damn movie, was that it wasn't demons or anything.
Yes, I can agree with that, because I was expecting a little bit more of like an actual physical presence of something. So, but no, great pick, Chad. Thank you, by the way. It's been a long time since I've watched this. So
it's been a long time since I've watched it too. So I was very happy to revisit this. And you know, like we were saying in chat, I saw it in the theater when it first came out. Me and my buddy Brian went. We used to go see a lot of cool movies like this back in the day. By the way, the same director as the first Mortal Kombat movie, so it ties in with our Fatality podcast too.
Not only that, dude, when the credits hit in this movie, it goes straight to perfect 90s techno. So you're just like, it's almost like perfect Paul fucking Anderson anything. You're like, all right. And I'm not going to lie. After seeing his name, I'm like, yo, let's throw in Resident Evil. Let's fucking do this. We're going to go.
That's what I was waiting for too.
Hey, man,
he's made some fun movies.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, a lot of people give him shit, but I like his movies.
And you know what? Not to go back to the Mortal Kombat thing, but I give him respect, because after he obviously walked out on Annihilation. They made Annihilation.
For this, yeah.
And he literally goes, I am never walking out on a franchise that I start ever again. And hence why he did 6 motherfucking Resident Evil movies. Just saying.
Fair enough for that.
Yeah, I can respect him for sure, dude. I wish they gave him more time to do what he wanted to do, though.
Yes.
I feel like
at least it all comes full circle at the end.
I am disappointed that he turned down Annihilation, but I'm happy he turned it down for this.
Right, because you're both talking 97. They would have both been produced 96 coming into it. So, and no, wasn't this one of the ones, and I apologize if it's in one of your behind the scenes, but like this was one of the ones where he actually had like the most like
interference.
Yeah, like he could fuck around with the movie the most in this one. Like
no, they butchered his movie.
No. Originally, though, he was supposed to be able to like. They were just like, you do whatever the fuck you want. Are you
talking about they had more faith in him at this point, so they gave him a bigger budget. He had a grander scale to work with, something more of a bigger vision overall. But again, his previous film, like Mortal Kombat, the producer stepped in after the fact, completely changed the film. I mean,
pretty much what happened. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is why we're left with a very turkey dry ending that we have.
Yeah, and all it takes is one negative test screening for the producers to say, you know what, we're going to completely change this and reshoot.
Jason Goes to Hell, baby.
It's another story.
Release the 3-hour cut. Fuck you, Cunningham. Continue.
Oh my God, I don't think that'll ever happen.
I know. Well,
the 3-hour cut.
Yeah.
Not until he's dead.
That's about how long this movie would have been too. It was about 3 hours.
Dude,
needed it.
It needed.
I was expecting longer too.
Like I said earlier in the chat to you guys. Yeah, buddy. I feel a solid 30 to 45 minutes it definitely needed just to flush out a little bit more suspense and like story behind the background, because I feel like some of the characters really get shorted in comparison to the other ones.
It was, and this is very much a textbook mid to late 90s movie where it's just hurry up and get to the point, cut to the chase.
I mean, I'm definitely feeling also like space ghost ship vibes, and like, oh, what the hell? I mean, obviously aliens. I mean, or at least Alien. We should
definitely Alien, yeah.
Right. Yeah, in the first, yes.
But
and how about that fucking straight up rip from Midsommar ripped the fucking filleted skin piece from this?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
big time.
I just love pointing out how flawed Midsommar is, because like okay, we all know it's Wicker Man, right? It's a modern Wicker Man. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. The film is so overrated, it's not even funny. Ari Aster as a filmmaker is overrated, but that's for another fucking podcast. Okay, okay. The
I
doctor,
have to contain myself on that. Yes,
the way the doctor is filleted and displayed. Well, let's say that the way he's filleted and displayed in the infirmary is almost mirrored to what he did in Midsommar with the body in that. Okay, you added some fucking flowers. Okay, come up with your own fucking ideas. Okay, buddy. Anyway, continue.
What is that? There's a name actually for that procedure, though, right? Like it's like an old
there is
Norwegian. Like what is it? Blood eagle?
No. The blood eagle is completely different. The blood eagle is where they cut open the back, they tear open the rib cage, and they drag the lungs out.
All right, thank you.
That's shown in the Hannibal series, I believe.
But I'm still not entirely sure. I've read conflicting reports that that was never actually a thing the Vikings did.
Probably not. I'm sure it's just fucking bullshit rumors.
That seems like a lot of effort,
right?
But that is in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, though.
There you go.
Ooh, Valhalla. Yeah, dude. Let's go back to this movie, though. I mean, 97 CGI, nah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. I want to say exterior shots are fantastic.
But the shots of everything floating around inside the ship, horrible.
Yeah,
it had that weird low quality sheen to it.
Compare this to Starship Troopers.
Oh, Starship Troopers is a masterpiece.
Waves above, and I've seen both films in 4K.
Was Starship the same year? Was that 99? Was that 97?
It was later, wasn't it? 99.
99.
No. I want to say 99.
No, it was before that.
I was going to say,
real quick. I thought it was like 96.
Really? Okay, so that might be very true. Other than that, man, this movie was a
97, same year, baby.
Okay.
No fucking excuse.
Oh, that goes to show you right there.
Yep.
No shit. Okay, so yeah, besides the interior CGI, the exterior of the ship looked great.
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
Their explosions look great.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, I wish you guys could have enjoyed the same cut DJ and I did, because I'm sure that definitely clean it up.
I did not see that.
I want to say that the color might have been altered for the 4K version. The color grading.
It definitely looked darker.
I'd say some of the scenes just look cleaner overall, and I think the colors are adjusted for the scan. They have to be.
To be honest, I do not have any complaints about the quality of the version that I watched. So
yeah, there wouldn't be. I just think that the one that we watched might have been the new scan that Shout Factory did, because I don't see an actual studio going through the effort of doing that right now.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me want to get it on physical.
Well, absolutely, especially if it's the color we've seen on this one. It's fantastic.
Isn't that supposed to come out this month?
Yes. No, okay, you guys corrected me, because remember, I had this completely preconceived notion that it came out already.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was a pre-sale, right?
Yes.
Okay. For a pre-order.
Well, they announced it like a year ago.
And it didn't happen.
It did happen, but they announced it early because I think they got a new distributor, so they announced things early. And then I had it in my head that they announced that it was already out for some reason because they announced it early. So I brought it up last week. You guys were like, "No,
they were also trying to track down the original."
That's cut. Right. Yeah,
that was another thing, and it just that does not exist anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate with some of these movies is they got such a great original cut, and we'll never see it. It's so unfortunate.
Now, is it because stuff wasn't filmed? Or
no, it was filmed. It was completely cut out and just
cutting room floor jargon.
It was just shot. It was thrown.
So in other words, they never to save those things.
It's what happened what happened with Friday 7. All that nice juicy stuff they had, all gone. They just got rid of it.
Now that just seems, as from like a business standpoint, that seems like a complete waste of time and money at that. If you're going to throw it out, at least save it for archives or what. You know what I mean?
Version.
Yeah, like you've already spent the time and the money to film it. and especially if it's already been edited, like. Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably because the movie wasn't as huge when it came out. That's probably why they just probably didn't care after that. That's got to be why.
See, I felt like when Event Horizon hit, dude, I felt there was like a pretty big like turnout for it, if I remember. I mean, obviously Chad went to the theaters. He would tell us better than. But like, I don't know. It didn't seem like it was like one of those ones where everybody was like, "Oh, that movie sucked." But
well, I remember when it came out, it did get a lot of negative reviews. It got, it has its own fan base, of course, but
yeah, and I know you'll probably have it in your notes, but it didn't do well at the box office, so they're all probably thought like, okay, this movie didn't do well. We're not keeping this stuff. It had to have been the thought in their head at the time.
Well, this was still kind of like a dark phase for horror anyway. There was, Scream just came out the year. It was the start of the darkening because Scream came out the year before. It wasn't a slasher. It was a horror film set in space, which is kind of a hard sell. Especially this time. If it's not Alien, people aren't going to go see it.
Wasn't this at the same time that they were re-releasing Star Wars?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Same year.
As in build up for episode 1's release?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I did get to see episode 4 in theaters when they were doing that. Because that was like the one where they tweaked it a little bit and added some like
they started CGI and then like stormtroopers. I know in the one scene.
Nobody gave a shit about anything other than space stuff at that point, and that was Star Wars films.
By the way, I want to add in some of the things that they added in later to the special editions, and in Return of the Jedi, they added blinking effects to the Ewoks. Yes. And I got to say, blinking Ewoks are infinitely more creepy than non-blinking Ewoks. It looks so strange.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Yeah.
I noticed it was on TNT or something a couple months ago. I'm like, wait, did they just blink?
It's almost like Superman's mustache that's not there in the Whedon cut. Just freaks me out, dude, and I don't know why. But
anyway, this movie.
What did the Brodsty say about it? Did he send us a juicy vid this week?
Yeah, do we have everything from the DKB?
Because I know he loves this movie.
It is I, your DKB, here back for another episode of Gore N More. And this week I am here to talk to you about the one, the only, the motherfucking Event Horizon. Now, let me just start off by saying I really love this film. I mean, I really, really appreciate this film, especially when I was a kid. And it does sound biased of me to love this film so much because of that nostalgia rush. But fuck it, yes, it is. I'm not going to lie. This film's fantastic. When you actually grow up like me and actually appreciate films like this, the production design on this film is fan-bloody-tastic. I mean, they did not cheap out with that whatsoever. The violence in this film is balls to the walls from what we get. I mean, there's some very creative stuff in this film in terms of violence. The kills in themselves, the body mutilations. It's really the body horror in this film that I really love. And to the people, look, I'm going to get this off my chest, right? Fuck it. To the people who went to the test screening of this film, right, and bitched about the violence, you're half the fucking reason why we don't get the footage evaporated. You are
spot on
fucking idiots, right? And if I ever see you in person, I'll punch you in the fucking head. Chest. Let's move on to the acting now. The acting, A-list actors banding together, chewing up each scenery as we watch it unfold. I mean, the blocking between each character, the dialogue. And I've got to give a huge shout out to Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne in every scene. I mean, my eyes are glued to the TV every time they grace the screen with their presence. Fantastic stuff. It's intense. It's not over the top. Well, I don't think it's over the top, but I think it's bloody lovely stuff. It's exquisite. I've got to give a huge shout out to the script writing in this film. I mean, the script itself, the overall premise, fan-bloody-tastic. It's something new. It's something a bit different. I will say this. It is basically Hellraiser meets The Shining in space. But in saying that, I love how they've taken this spaceship, right, and they've created it to go anywhere in the entire universe from point A to point B. But instead, they've created this vessel that creates black holes, but instead it creates portals to hell. So I think that's a fan-fucking-tastic movie in itself, and I'd watch that every day of the goddamn week. In saying that, I'm going to give this a Gore N More score of a 4.2. in saying that, this is your DKB signing out. I hope you're having a wonderful evening there, boys, and I shall catch you next week. Ta-ta, gentlemen.
Thank you, Brody.
I couldn't agree more.
I enjoyed that review of his.
And I'm glad he mentioned the Shining thing because I kind of forgot on that, which there's huge Shining references in all over this fucking.
That's actually kind of what they were going for. Was they were
Shining
when
in
they were
space.
when they were shopping around, they called it the Shining in space.
Even parts of the music kind of mimic some of it too. So they were really kind of messing around with different movies in this one, which I liked very much.
If you were questioning it, it really seals the deal when you get that whole like blood scene coming down the fucking everything. Yeah. You're like, it definitely is Shining in space. But no, you're right. If it's homages to all these that we've mentioned before, they did a great job with it.
Oh yeah. They certainly did. Even this movie, especially for our 90s, the special effects that we did get was really done well. Mm-hmm. Like the practical effects were really good.
Oh yeah, they built half that ship actually in a fucking studio, dude. Like
not only that, but they had to rebuild part of it because it caught fire.
Oh no shit!
The scene at the end where Lawrence Fishburne's running from the fire, the set actually caught fire. So they had to go and build another. They had to go and rebuild it build again on a different sound stage while they repaired that. And the one it's in my notes, but the one that they replaced it with, they only needed for like 1 day worth of shots anyway.
No shit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's awesome.
But then not only that, one of my favorite like special effects shots is the close up of Sam Neill's face when he's got the nice gouges in his face. He looks so gnarly there. That kind of mimics to me the writings on his face from In the Mouth of Madness.
Okay, did anybody else notice that looked like some kind of writing? Because I swear when he's running around and it showed his back, it looked like an Omega symbol.
He definitely had some weird symbol on his chest and everything too. And I kind of wish that's my only complaint about the whole thing is we didn't get we got a far pan out shot, but he was shadowed at that part, right? Like we didn't get a
Angry Pickle.
You're probably right. Honestly, they were just like, "Well, he is nude."
You know what?
But they could have showed it from the V up.
If they would have showed Wiener, they probably would have got at least 10 million more in box office returns.
And that would have been better. That would have been way better for him.
You marketed it as you get to see Sam Neill's fucking wang.
If you had Angry Pickle and another set of boobs, 20 million. 20 million.
Yeah. Dude, I just want 30 more minutes of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice for this.
And I don't even know where I want it because I feel like the beginning was like right where it needed to be. But I feel like there was like the mid to end just needed like, I don't know, like.
We need more backstory on everyone, more backstory on Weir and his wife. Why did she kill herself? Who knows?
Yeah.
Is it because we know part of it is because he was wrapped up in his work?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But there's zero to lead up to that. We don't know exactly why. More backstory on the rescue crew.
Yeah,
right. Because
there's more of.
There's like at least 3 different members that you don't really like. Cooper, you don't really get any backstory. What's the dude who the pilot? You don't really get. I mean, besides like obviously he does not like the ship at all.
No,
you don't really get any on like his. DJ, you get very fucking little because you're like, oh, he's holding a knife to a dude's throat.
Yeah.
What's going on with his shit?
Yeah, like what made him all of a sudden want to snap in that moment?
Like he was ready to tweet.
I mean, and I know we'll get to it, but I guess since we're talking about it, the one thing that kind of did bother me with this movie was, I don't want to ruin it, but I guess the ending. And by that, I mean, we didn't get, like when I say main characters, like really come through with the movie. We didn't get that here.
Yeah, but I'm kind of okay with that. Like, that makes sense. Like,
I am, and I'm not. Like, I'm on the fence about it. Like, I would have liked to have seen Miller live, to be honest with you.
Well, that's another thing I guess they kind of stole from Alien, whereas it's not like one of the main characters that survives.
True, because you don't really start off with Ripley in Alien at all. Like she's could almost feel like a side character if you didn't know anything about her.
True, but the way they set that up, it worked better.
Well, yeah.
Again, we're missing at least a half an hour of footage too. So
yes, so if we had that half
probably
hour,
was there.
If only, right?
Right.
I think we should take a peek, unless you got more to discuss.
No, I want to hear what's behind this.
Okay, I've got like 4 pages of notes. I'm going to pick and choose here.
Yeah,
a lot more. They're actually, and I will go in depth as I can with the deleted scenes.
Okay.
So you guys will get a taste. Okay, so Paul W.S. Anderson's initial cut of the film ran 130 minutes and was quite graphically violent, so much so that both test audiences and the studio balked at the finished product. Paramount ordered him to cut the film by 30 minutes and tone down some of the violence, a decision he now regrets. Although it was announced in 2012 that a full version of the film had been found on a VHS tape, Anderson revealed in 2017 that due to bad archiving, a longer version no longer exists. The tape was in such poor condition that when found, the footage was practically unwatchable, forcing Anderson to throw it away. I feel like that's a big mistake because there is a way they could have saved at least video footage from it. They can remaster it.
Oh yeah, especially with today's technology.
It's more difficult than if you'd had a negative, but it can be done.
And you're talking what this was 2012 he did that?
2012 we found it. In 2017 he announced it was destroyed. So I mean, look at what they did with the Friday Part 2 footage.
That's true.
That's very true.
So in theory, it could have been saved. Damn. But the film could have been so degraded too. So we have no idea.
Yeah.
You know how VHS is.
I like that it was literally a solid 30 minutes though, like which we're actually bitching about. Like, that's all
this is what we wanted. Why? But
okay, continuing. The rotational shot of the space station over Earth took nearly a third of the film's visual effects budget.
Okay, that would be
so just that one quick 30-second pull-out shot.
And that wasn't like, well, okay. I thought it was a cool shot. My wife almost got sick from that shot, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But I don't know.
The funny thing, and I noticed this, is when it's showing, when they go into the event horizon, there's all this stuff floating around. I thought this would look cool in 3D, but it wasn't.
Agreed.
3D wasn't really a thing then. There was that long gap where, there was nothing released in that format.
That's something where they can like re-release it in 3D though. But I mean, they did with like Jurassic Park and shit.
But when you do that,
they probably won't do it.
It doesn't look as good when you do it that way.
No, I'll have to take your word for it. I haven't seen anything like re-released in 3D. So,
boy, all that for a pullout, huh?
Continuing on, the script originally described the Gateway machine as a smooth and featureless black orb 10 meters in diameter, suspended in midair between large rotating mechanical arms. It was also said to contain a stable black hole within it at all times, as opposed to briefly creating a temporary one. Paul Anderson decided to redesign it to involve interlocking circles as an homage to the puzzle box in Hellraiser.
Which was great. Well. Okay, even from like a scientific method, looking at something like that, you're just like, how the hell did scientists make this up? This definitely looks ominous in some way, or you know what I mean? Like,
exactly, yeah.
Like it's more like they stumbled upon it and then just like fucked with it till they understood as much as they could.
Well, a lot of the design also took influence from different religious architecture too.
Oh, dude, you could tell that in the whole ship alone, just with all the columns. Oh, dude.
Yeah, and the front view screen was a cross.
You are correct. Yeah. Yes.
So I guess they kind of needed that for especially the way they were going with this movie, especially since this thing was a portal to hell in a broad sense.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I just gotta say, fuck those test audiences, man. I'm still pissed about that you brought.
They must have found the biggest pussies they could and threw them into the test screening. I mean,
yeah, like. Or they just found people who love slashers, which is not a bad thing, but not for this movie.
I'm not even gonna say that, dude. It's somebody that doesn't watch space movies or space horror alone. Like, because
it's probably people that just don't watch horror films to begin with. They just pull people off the street and say, "Hey, do you want to watch a movie?"
That's true.
I think I do have some notes about that, TJ. Ooh. If not, I can look it up real quick because there is a reason for it. For the flag, you mean? Yeah. Okay, continuing on. The spacesuits worn by the actors weighed about 65 pounds each. Due to the weight, standing upright in them for longer periods could lead to back injury, but sitting down was not possible either due to the backpack. Special hanging poles were constructed on the set so the actors could rest on them between takes.
That's awesome.
So in other words,
they'd hang out.
They'd just be suspended on these things? Okay, that's actually just pretty cool.
Yo, imagine hotboxing in that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it'd be like, where's Johnny? He's hanging out.
The visor would just lift.
Continuing on, having just done a PG-13 movie, Mortal Kombat, Paul Anderson was very keen to do something more mature and gruesome. This is why he turned down the chance to direct Annihilation and also turned down the chance to direct X-Men.
Wow. Paul Anderson, X-Men. That's a thought.
No, it's not. Stop.
No?
No. He can't finish anything right.
That's what she said.
They trust him at the beginning, but by the time they have it, it's all deteriorated. What if the same thing happened to X-Men? Be happy with what we got.
But we might have gotten more screen accurate costumes out of them.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm thinking.
More comic accurate, I mean.
Yeah.
What was it? That was always my biggest
Singer, right?
Black Leather. Yeah.
Is he like the guy to go to adapt stuff?
Bryan Singer? Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Because he did that. He did Superman Returns.
Which I enjoyed.
I should have gave us Nick Cage.
It was all right.
I enjoyed that.
Nick Cage what?
Nick
oh,
Cage
yeah. We were supposed to get that one.
Nipples.
Dude, don't. Just don't, because I'm still pissed that we never got that.
Superman? Or,
I love seeing the pictures of him in that suit. Like,
that movie would have made Batman and Robin look like Citizen Kane by comparison. It would have been such a fun train wreck to watch.
It is Citizen Kane in pretty much. What are you talking about?
Fair enough.
Continuing on, the scene in which Weir explains how to bend space and time in order to travel huge interstellar distances is paraphrased in Interstellar in 2014.
And Space Cop.
Uses So they use the exact same demonstration to illustrate the theory, folding a piece of paper and pushing a pen through it while explaining it. Okay. Going back, remember last week I said about the rubber chicken?
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
The model of the Event Horizon includes a complete X-Wing from Star Wars as part of its antenna array. The model is visible on the lower portion of the Event Horizon during the first flyby by the Lewis and Clark.
Really? That's awesome.
So now you're gonna have to get back and look for that.
Right?
Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go look for that crap. Just like when I went and found the chicken, because we were sitting here and I found the chicken.
Rubber chicken.
Oh, there's a rubber chicken in there.
You never figured out what was inside of it.
The rubber chicken?
No, the drive, the hyperdrive or whatever, the black hole machine. They asked him early on and he never answered.
Oh yeah, he never did. No, he never did.
I wonder if it was like some sort of satanic shit, like if it was like a Lamont configuration.
Okay, so
I actually don't have anything about that, so
I wish there was a scene that would really describe that now.
Again,
so it was the labyrinth, or the labyrinth, right? Is that what that was number 2?
Leviathan.
Yes. No, yeah. Look.
Okay. The Leviathan controlled the labyrinth, right? And then was it the Leviathan? No, we're going into Hellraiser, but Leviathan was like he couldn't control Pinhead in number 3, right? That's why he was loose. I'm mistaken.
Pinhead was in the pillar, and then he gets released by that whatever.
Right,
guy.
but I'm saying like the reason he's be able to be more free though is because he's not under Leviathan's control anymore. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Leviathan essentially killed him, but that kind of evil can't really be killed. It just moves to another
energy
plane,
changes. Energy can never be. It's just displaced.
It can never be. Yeah, it can never be created or destroyed.
It rests a while.
Getting deep.
Like Chuck Norris, it just rests.
Ooh, yeah.
And when he gets Philip Eisner, Cobra dies.
After 3 agonizing days. Philip Eisner wrote the movie after a family tragedy. He had recently entered a multi-picture writing agreement, and in an effort to force himself to get back to work, he pitched the idea of The Shining in space to the studio, which was very receptive. Unfortunately, he had no detailed treatment yet, and the subject matter blended with his emotional state to inspire a prolonged bout of writer's block. The studio executive who had originally brought him on board, now a personal friend, helped to keep him on track. Oh, God.
Yeah. You know, the lighting in that picture makes it really look real.
It does. Okay. So the first draft of the script involved an alien infestation on the ship. When director Paul Anderson was approached, he liked the haunted house in space aspect more and had the source of evil changed from aliens to something more supernatural and diabolical.
You know, now that you keep, because we keep saying it's Shining in space. Now, like, I would like to see a version of The Shining where it was kind of like this, a lot more graphic,
a lot more true to the book. You mean?
Yes.
But not the crappy made-for-TV movie.
No, a regular 2-hour movie that we get that has way more graphic content, like good shit. Like
I like how you had to emphasize the 2-hour part.
Yes, a 2-hour movie, no less, potentially more, depending.
But definitely more.
Not 6 hours though.
The movie we got was 2 hours, and I felt like there could have still been more.
Oh yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. I loved it. So
no, I did too. Even like Dr. Sleep, we still got a 3-hour version of that, and the 3-hour version.
I gotta watch that yet,
dude. Oh,
I gotta watch that. Me and the wife are gonna watch that sometime.
You gotta. Just don't order it. Buy it. Don't buy the DVD. I'm telling you right now, it's worth it.
You're gonna have to convince the wife of that. She doesn't like me buying movies.
I
never watch them.
I will talk to her. I can do this.
Oh shit! What else we got, buddy?
Lawrence Fishburne, who played Miller, and Richard T. Jones, who played Cooper, previously appeared in What's Love Got to Do with It, 1993, as Ike Turner and Ike Turner Jr.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they played father and son.
Every time I think of Ike, I think of South Park, though. Shocker.
I never knew Lawrence Fishburne played Ike Turner. That's. I feel like I need to watch that.
Didn't Angela Bassett play Tina Turner in that?
I could not answer that for you, bud, unfortunately.
I never saw it, but I remember the previews. I vaguely remember them. I'm pretty sure she did.
All I know is anytime I see Lawrence Fishburne, I just have to say Cowboy Curtis, because that was where I first saw him.
I think it's where we all first saw him. Well, us older guys did. The two younger boys, not so much.
What are you trying to say?
There's a whole generation that just knows him as Morpheus. It's like, no, he was Cowboy Curtis way before. That sweet Jerry curl.
Continuing on, the rotating corridor, nicknamed the meat grinder, that separates the gravity drive from the rest of the ship, is supposed to represent the 9 circles of hell from Dante's Inferno. It leads into the very center of hell, represented by the gravity drive itself. It turned out to be the most problematic set piece to film. Only shots with a fixed camera could be done, since camera operators became disoriented and unable to keep the camera steady. Lawrence Fishburne also could not perform his run through the tunnel in one take due to the same problem. The final scene was comprised of several shorter takes, and when the fireball effect was filmed, a piece of cloth started to burn and caused a small fire, which is what I'll be getting into in a little bit.
Nice. Dude, I love that shit, just because obviously that's your haunted house vortex tunnel.
Wait, you're gonna start a small fire in a little bit?
Yes.
Arson!
You got marshmallows? Marshmallows.
Actually, I do have marshmallows.
I got the chocolate.
We made s'mores the other night on the stove.
I got the graham cracker.
Yeah.
Okay, we're having s'mores.
Do you guys ever cheat and just get the graham cracker chocolate cookies?
No, but
now I want to.
I do that all the time. I'm like, I have made 2 things to buy instead.
The best kind of s'mores I've had, I've made in an air fryer. Laugh it up. Oh,
I'm not gonna laugh it up, dude. I love my air fryer. I use that way too much.
Make s'mores. Use it for that. They literally take 5 minutes, not even.
Wait, how do you keep everything from like flying all around then from the air pressure?
You'll see.
Wait, well, it depends on the air fryer you have. Mine's like a toaster oven air fryer.
That's what we have, is the air fryer oven.
It works. It works with all of them. It will work.
Interesting.
Cooking with Bobby Amone. 5-minute cooking tips.
New show.
New show, right? Air frying with Bobby Amone. Okay, continuing. For Jason Isaacs' death scene, the plan was originally for his entrails to be still attached to him as he hung over them. Isaacs was then supposed to raise his head, showing that he was still alive, prompting Lawrence Fishburne's character to shoot him in the head to put him out of his misery.
Why? Why did we not get that?
Because test audiences were weak.
Because it's bullshit.
Because it wasn't Scream at the time.
I don't even know if you can blame it on Scream.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
on fucking shitty Hollywood in the 90s. Cinema was so fucking dead.
Yet I like the first Scream, so I don't know why I'm saying anything. Continue.
Okay, so let's get into some of the deleted scenes.
Yeah.
The deleted scenes from the original 130 minutes long cut are the meeting scene between Weir and some people in charge of the mission, where they talk about the event horizon. Some of the dialogue from the scene was in the theatrical trailer.
Okay.
Some more backstory for Cooper and Justin, including much stronger explanation for why Justin enters the black hole. It was explained that the greatest fear of Cooper was losing someone close to him, which is represented in the film by the unfortunate accident that claims Justin, although he didn't die.
Right.
His greatest fear was losing somebody, which happened. That the whole ship always played on everybody's fears.
That would be nice if they could. Sorry, I mean, but like with the whole Justin thing, like, because I feel it's just left to us to believe that just because he's the youngest one, that's why he's naive enough to go into it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Stargate, bro.
Right? Stargate to hell.
Which came out 2 years prior to this.
Did it?
Stargate came out. No, Stargate was 94.
Oh. Yeah, Kurt Russell. All right.
James Spader?
Yeah, James Spader. Pre-Ultron.
He didn't do Crash yet either.
No, that was... What year was Crash?
96.
I still need to watch that, dude.
Yeah, so do I.
There's a deleted love backstory between Stark and Miller.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
There's a scene where Miller finds a ripped out tooth floating around in the event horizon.
Ooh.
There are more scenes explaining what exactly the gateway to hell / black hole is. See, they should have left that in.
Like that should have been it. And
even if you cut the gore out, leave that stuff in.
Like what I do wish, I don't know if you might say it here, I wish there was a scene, because I always felt that Weir always had a suspicion what was going to happen. But it never fully got explained. But I'm like, he always had that
like Bishop.
Like he always had that feeling if something was going to happen, he knew. But at the same time, I don't think he knew if it was going to be him who was basically going to bring it together. I think he more or less knew, but he was like, I don't know how to stop it, or what do I do?
Motherfucker turned into Hal at the end.
Yeah.
You ain't going anywhere. You're staying here.
So I think that was all the stuff of the ship that turned him to just like The Shining, but there was never too much to explain that. You always had to kind of guess.
But, his wife killed herself, so there's obviously more to his backstory.
Yeah.
That we're missing. There's obviously something more sinister going on with him.
Naked chicks in a pool full of blood. 13 guess much?
Big questions.
Weir's like Jack Torrance in this film. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Very much.
If Jack Torrance had that like Hell Priest thing going on, like from 93's Hellmaster.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at the priest from Hellmaster, it looks almost identical to what Sam Neill looks like at the end of this film. Just saying.
Oh, I wonder where they got it from.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, send a picture. I want to see that. Okay, there's a longer version of the scene where Peters hallucinates her son with his legs all mangled with maggots all over them.
Yummy.
And he chews Hellmaster, sorry.
After Justin almost died as an inside the water tank, Weir has hallucinations where Justin turns into his wife, Claire, who comes out and looks at him. The scene was included in the first 2 test screenings, but didn't make it to the final cut. There's a scene where Weir remembers his wife, Claire, committing suicide. It was actually longer and bloodier.
So she said...
Okay. That was, to me, a very traumatic scene for someone to have to, like, basically relive that, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, watching your loved one kill themselves, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd still watch the longer one like Brody, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Here's what we all want to know. The infamous bloody orgy video was also longer, parts which are still in the scene, like one of the crew members sticking his fingers deep into the other's eyes, and a female crew member sodomizing a male crew member with an iron pipe were even more violent in the original version of the scene. There were also a lot more shots of the Event Horizon crew naked and covered in blood, having violent sex and raping and eating each other. More graphic versions of the scene where the man pulls his intestines out of his mouth. One crew member is held and stabbed at the back of the head with a spike and part of his mouth, and the teeth pop out. Other crew member is crawling around on the floor while others are hitting his legs with steel bars, smashing them to 2 pieces as he screams and is crawling away, leaving pieces of his legs behind.
That's what
One girl has screws drilled into her teeth. Another girl is held while her arm is broken with a big hunk of metal. One more girl has her breasts mauled and then ripped off by another crew member. Some other parts of that scene were also cut. The reason why the scene disturbed the test audiences was because the filmmakers, in order to make the scene look more realistic and a lot more violent, hired real-life amputees for special effects scenes where crew members had their body parts damaged in many ways.
Why did we get that? Well, I'm telling you right now, it would have sold way better overseas.
Also, pornographic actors were hired to make the sex and rape scenes more graphic. According to the producer and the director, during the screening of a rough cut of the movie, some audience members started fainting while watching this scene.
once again, who the fuck were these pussies that they brought into this goddamn theater to watch the test screenings? Like, was it a bunch of grandmas? And they were just like a bunch of Jewish grandmas.
So you're basically telling me like we basically would have had probably one of the most graphic movies of the 90s if all of this was in there.
Besides Society, probably.
Yeah. So if we had, so now I wish we had explanations, which we missed. I wish we had more of that. We missed. So we missed all of that scene. What the fuck were?
Dude, that would have been a long scene too.
What a crazy like sex bloody orgy thing that includes murder.
Okay, yeah. I think a good part of this is because Titanic was originally supposed to open right around this time of year, but it got pushed back another year. And
is that supposed to have an orgy scene in it too?
It should have.
Close.
It was the early 1900s. Everybody's having that, but they had this open spot where they wanted to film, and that's when they came to Paul Anderson and said, "Can you do this?" And he said yes, and that's why we got kind of a finished product, was because he had such a short length of time to finish, especially after the studio interference and saying you need to cut this.
Which, I mean, all right, upsetting.
I guess for that scene, I could understand you do have to cut certain things. I didn't think you have to cut too much, but certain things, okay, fine. But cut 10 minutes of that, you still have 20 minutes worth of footage that still could have been in there.
Dude, if that movie was made just a little bit after 2000, that shit would have been allowed, probably.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be my call.
Or if it was made even before. Certain things in the 80s,
I guess 90s, if you went early 90s.
Yeah, like certain
I don't know if it would have been that graphic.
Maybe not, but certain things in the 80s and 90s we got that were graphic, they were still there. Yeah.
Sodomy with a pipe. That's...
Yeah, that's... Now I can't get that vision out of my head.
Okay, continuing on. There's more scenes, by the way. The scene where the cryo chamber is filling with blood originally had a part where Weir's hand pounds against the glass from inside and smashes the chamber, letting the blood out. Then as Cooper is helping Stark escape, a mutilated and naked Weir is climbing from a ladder upside down behind them.
Again, the ending is heavily edited, which is why every fucking scene we see of goddamn Sam Neill is the fucking close-up of his eyes and his mouth. Just that. Yeah. I'd like to think that there's actual shots of him walking around with Lawrence Fishburne and you actually see full shots, but everyone's like, you don't want to see naked Sam Neill in a bodysuit. So,
I mean, I do, but
the edited version is just those eye shots. Is the same fucking eye shot.
Right. And that's why I couldn't even
hate it.
It looked like there was a symbol on his chest, but it was very hard to tell because the only shot you got was like maybe nipple high.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is that? Like,
that would have been wonderful to see. That's all I have to say.
Okay, continue on. Originally, the scene where Miller fights the possessed Weir, there was a part where Weir gives what they called the Old Testament speech to Miller and tells him that the dimension of pure chaos is actually hell.
Hell is just a word.
Yeah,
the Visions of Hell sequence during the final fight was also longer and had more shots of the Event Horizon crew members being tortured. Now, there were also three, you know what? I'm not even going to get into the three alternate endings because there's really not that much different from what we got.
Goddamn.
Basically, in the first ending where Miller fights Weir in the core, it didn't have the jump scare at the end. And when the last three survivors are found by the rescue crew, Stark hallucinates that she sees Weir instead. Where am I? Yeah, basically, in one of the other original endings, instead of fighting Weir, Miller was fighting the Burning Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Whew, man, this movie. Oh.
Fucking
possibilities.
Executives.
This movie's like possibilities.
Yep.
Okay, so enough of that. Okay, got a couple more things. And that's it. The ship's central corridor has the shape of an eye to symbolize the ship is always keeping watch of its victims.
Ooh, I like that. I did notice the eye, but that's cool.
And finally, when Peters is following her imaginary son in the core of the ship, the gates she passes are shaped like coffins, foretelling what is about to occur.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I never noticed. I did not notice that. No.
Yeah, it's probably paying attention more to her.
That's all the behind the scenes stuff I got. Like I said, I skipped through some of it to get to the real juicy parts.
It's always nice when you get a movie though that actually has a whole bunch. Like you got to pick and choose where, like, other ones obviously And I knew you guys wanted to know most about the cut scenes, so I tried to Oh, thank you for that. That's awesome and upsetting at the same time.
Very upsetting.
It makes me want
so much.
It makes me want to interview Sam Neill and be like, so Event Horizon, what do you want to tell us?
I want to ask him why he got cast into so many crazy roles.
Right?
I mean, he actually has the right temperament for it, if you think about it.
I mean, Mouth Madness he was great in. So
that's probably the movie that started it. Like,
sorry, TJ, I guess that wasn't on there, but yeah. The flag on Sam Neill's flight suit is the indigenous people of Australia, the Aborigines.
Oh, nice,
Brody.
Brody. All righty. So for big questions, gentlemen, was the ship already influencing Sam Neill before he even got to it?
I want to say no.
I want to say yes.
I think yes, because that's why he was already starting to see visions of his wife.
I think for me, the visions of his wife was maybe for him being guilted just in general for not being there.
That's a fair take.
You know, we don't even know how long prior to this his wife killed herself. It could have been weeks. It could have been years.
Yeah, we don't know. So, and well, I think it would would have to be years, because remember, this ship's been missing for 7 years. So think about it. This was his baby. So either it was around the time he was making it, or it happened between the time it was finished, went to space, and the time of this movie. So again, we're in somewhere.
He could have spent that 7 years obsessing and looking for the ship nonstop, and that could have led to her suicide. We don't know.
That's true too.
What were you saying, boss man?
It's kind of like the guy who created the aliens that we see in Covenant. Yeah.
Oh, the engineer. Oh no, Jesus fuck.
Didn't happen.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't see it. It didn't happen.
Nope.
Didn't see it. It didn't happen.
Okay.
Did you see it, Bobby?
I did.
No, I did not.
I've only seen Covenant once.
Yeah. Did you see Prometheus?
Yes.
Okay. The android David.
Oh.
He created the xenomorphs, supposedly.
To say bullshit.
I don't believe that.
No. We're going to go by AVP's terms, and them bitches were there fucking during the Aztec time, damn it. I don't give a shit.
I agree. The engineers.
Another shout out to Paul W.S. Anderson.
Full circle.
Yeah, baby. That's how we do. Okay, so besides, like I said, I think the ship is personally influencing him. But what if it's even farther than that? What if he subconsciously made this drive? What if he knew it could go to hell or other dimensions? Maybe he was always trying to get his wife back or see her again.
Bishop, Hal,
yeah,
this motherfucker had like ulterior motives.
That's just
which again, the meeting scene, the alien meeting scene, which would have explained his intentions, what he really was there to do, what he wanted to do. Who knows?
I mean, he definitely always looked like he had something that he wanted to say that he didn't ever want to actually say.
Mm-hmm. It's also like when he was on the ship and he kept saying like, basically, don't hurt the ship. He never said it like that, but like he always had those nuances like, you need to kind of watch this. And then as the movie went on, it's like, you're not leaving this ship. So I think the ship influenced him more. Maybe there was a little beforehand, but I think once he was on it, he was like, oh shit, this is my baby. Yeah, I can't leave now.
All right. So that was kind of all I had for big questions, unless you gentlemen had any.
I don't believe I had a single one.
Not for this one, no.
So I would think we are on to the Chad Daddy questions.
We are. So what format did you watch and how was the quality?
On demand. It's pretty good.
Prime,
I watched
HD.
I didn't watch the 4K though.
I didn't watch it at 4K either, but it was still pretty good quality.
I'm sitting down here like I can't remember what the hell I was doing. I think I might have been puffing up, and the wife's like, they have it on normal and 4K. And I'm like, 4K. I don't care. Like that is always the choice. And
why not? It doesn't even cost extra. So
it doesn't. I figured it'd at least be $1 more. And I was like, well, yeah, always 4K if you can.
Yeah, if you can get 4K, yeah, go for it.
That's how I watched Body Double earlier this week. They have a 4K version of it. Yeah, it's only available via Indicator Blu-ray though. It's right now. So
I'm not gonna lie, I do want to get this on Blu-ray after watching it on 4K.
So do I.
That shit was money. Like
Scream Factory.
Even though it's not a complete film, it still was fucking money.
It's better
Forever Unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
My heart.
Little sad note.
Very sad.
Douche of the movie is Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
You can almost even argue that the ship is the douche of the movie.
He was just created.
That's yeah.
The ship was alive.
The ship was Ultron, dude.
Was it?
The ship was
Actually,
alive.
yeah. If you think
Well, then
about
you would
it,
have to make the same argument for the Lamont configuration then, because the Lamont configuration and the warp drive are the exact same thing in these films.
Yes, but I think the effect of the ship traveling through hell gave the ship its own consciousness.
It became an entity, essentially. Yeah.
Basically,
yeah,
like the hotel, like the Overlook Hotel.
Energy.
Okay, fair enough.
And if all right.
Okay, then why were they safe once they separated from the warp drive then?
They weren't.
Is that why they went into stasis?
So they were in the stasis, and then when she sees Sam Neill, it comes out. If you notice, as it does the pull-out pan shot there, the door closes, which to me symbolizes it didn't matter if they it's still fucked. It doesn't matter if the warp drive is gone or not. Like the ship in itself is
that's exactly how it's
once it it's like once it attaches it to yourself, that's it.
So it's just spreading it.
Yeah. You could go to an Event Horizon 2 where like somehow like, you know, the after effects of that thing showing up and then like the new crew checking it out, testing
but things won't get as bad as it was on the previously because they don't have that constant feeding from the warp drive activating.
Is it the warp drive that's...
But you're forgetting the guy that walked into the warp drive. Who's to say there was no
residual effects?
Yes.
Or because what did he call it? He said he just called it the dark.
The darkness, yeah.
The dark inside me.
Darknesses.
Now remember, he went in there. So say he went in there. This ship went to basically hell. Hell is universal. In other words, it could be hell on earth if you really get
hell
to
is
it.
everywhere,
dude.
Hell is in space. It's here.
You know what? Maybe if we actually got the full version of this film, the lore would be actually more explained more, so we'd actually understand what the fuck we're talking about. So, favorite kill.
Favorite kill.
I'm gonna say and we really didn't see it, but the original Event Horizon crew.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing like.
I think like I was gonna go with JD's, but I wish you got to see it more on screen than the after effect.
You mean the one where he's hanging, right?
Yeah. Because obviously, they showed his stomach scar, and you kind of figured he was gonna go
delayed and displayed, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. The other one I was gonna put, it's not really a kill, but it was watching Sam Neill rip his own eyes out.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Because technically he doesn't kill himself because he turns into something, but you know.
We should have got more of like an eye like stabbing and like
especially for Mr. Brody Kane. Love those eye scenes.
Oh, yes, he does, doesn't he?
So next question, gentlemen.
Best scene is the sequence that happens as soon as they open the engineering bay, and then about the next 5 minutes afterwards of them going through the spinny room and then activating the warp drive for the first time. I think that's extremely haunting, very, very well edited together, and it's just really, really rad. It properly displays that setting and that set piece. My opinion.
Fair enough. I'm gonna have to go with the tunnel scene, dude, where Sam Neill's going to repair the busted like CPU board.
Yeah.
His dead wife, just because obviously it was
Cube.
And just the lighting effects of that whole thing is just awesome. The way they do it with that whole little dream sequence.
You know what that is? That is how every cartoon depicted the internet up until the actual internet existed.
Actually, you are right. That's the sad part is he's right.
We're going to talk about the 90s reboot.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to say, I think for my favorite scene, I'm actually going to pick the whole Lawrence Fishburne scene where he talks about the guy catching fire in space.
Oh, where he's talking to JD there?
Yeah, because of the foreshadowing.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I think I'm going to pick the point where we really see Weir go nuts, where we see him basically see his wife off herself, and then you see him fall to pieces, and he takes his own vision.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
I like that because you really see a man who created this fall apart and then basically is like, oh, well, okay, I guess I'm the guy. I'm this.
They had those cool mirror shots with that too, where it was just constantly going in and out.
Yeah.
Like flipping reflections and everything. Hell yeah, dude. Alrighty.
Opening scene. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the opening scene. I think it's pretty rad. I think there's like a lot of cool symbolism in there. I think just the way it's shot and everything, the way the scene's composed with the body floating and everything. Of course, the symbolism of the cross almost within the window, and just it's a cool setup of things to come, and it really sets the tone visually and totally of like the rest of the film, with like some of the kind of pseudo hell, touching on hell aspects of it. Again, the cross window, it's there, baby. It gets blown out at certain points. It's rad. It's cool. It really sets you into like this dark, atmospheric, hellish. What do you even want to call this? Like is it a spaceship?
Yeah, it's a ship.
Okay. Yeah, it is a spaceship. Yeah.
Okay.
The USG Ishimura.
Ishimura was cooler. It was a mining vessel. It was sent out to terraform colonies.
It was way bigger.
Yeah, it was.
But listen, man, any crazy religious zealot shit, I'm all fucking for it.
Isaac Clarke would have survived this.
Especially when you throw it into space, too, on top of it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Then you're still just like, man, we're still dealing with this shit. What the fuck?
So I would obviously say, yes, it totally
definitely
pulled me into this movie.
So, yeah, you know what? I wish that, I mean, we're talking about like when they're legit exploring the ship, right? Like when they first get in and she's like, oh, I see some blood. And then they do the like pan behind. Yeah, dude, that shot alone right there sold me. Was just like,
yeah, but the film contradicts itself within 5 minutes of each other. Within that, he goes, wow, this looked really pristine. Oh, there's some blood. Oh, look at the fucking vents. They're covered in blood.
Right. Well, they didn't notice that till I think they turned all the lights on, but yeah.
But it was only in the fucking vents. Like if there was a fucking blood orgy, there would be blood everywhere.
Well, see, I didn't, I mean, obviously I wouldn't have known it was a full blood orgy if it wasn't for Chad Daddy here. But honestly, I thought they like, it almost looked to me, just because of the way like the skulls were on the wall, it looked like they almost got like sucked into the walls of the ship or something with the.
It kind of looked to me. Okay, if you remember, when Stark explains to Sam Neill why they have to go into the liquid, and it's because when they hit the speed, she said it would like completely liquefy their bodies, and that's kind of what I thought that was supposed to be.
Ooh. Okay, so now that would have been a wicked scene to see.
Interesting.
I'll go with that. I like it. But yes, opening scene, top notch.
Oh yeah.
So best hits, hottest girl, best dick, hottest guy.
Well, the blonde girl and Sam Neill.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this to Sam Neill for that one. And
I got to give it to Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Lawrence Fishburne definitely, like, listen, I love Sam Neill, but I feel like Lawrence Fishburne definitely like carried this one a little bit more. And maybe because Sam Neill had scenes cut, and that might go with.
Yeah,
okay. I didn't have to agree with the blonde there that survives at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not that Cooper isn't a good-looking man as well. You know what I mean?
No.
Hey, you want some hot and black in you? Or would you like some coffee? Yeah.
I'll say that man had some very good lines.
He did. He really did.
I figured they were going to kill him off in the super cheesiest way, dude, when that ship exploded. But I was so happy that he actually like gets back. I was like, oh, thank God. It would have been such a shitty way to be like, oh, he just floated off to space.
He's like, yeah, motherfucker.
I don't know. If I were him, I would have been like, something kind of had. I got blown off into space. Can I just go back to Earth now?
Yeah, right. No, they were like all the way. What? They were at Venus?
Neptune.
Thank you.
Well, it's a long way, but it's okay.
Yeah, Venus is the other way. What am I thinking? Jesus Christ. So did the score set the movie?
Absolutely. The score is absolutely exquisite. And it's actually done, like I said, by Michael Kamen, who also did The Dead Zone from Cronenberg in 83, Life Force from Hooper in 85, Highlander with Russell Mulcahy from 86, Lethal Weapon in 87, Die Hard in 88. Roadhouse in 89.
Roadhouse.
This guy, yeah. Let's just
he
say
also did
good stuff.
Yeah.
Was it the first
quite the
X-Men?
repertoire. Did he?
Last Boy Scout in 91. Tales from the Crypt in 92. Last Action Hero in 93.
Oh!
Yeah.
Mr. Holland's Opus in 95. 101 Dalmatians in 96. Event Horizon in 97. Lethal Weapon 4 in 98. Iron Giant in 99. X-Men in 2000.
Okay, I thought it was the first X-Men.
Yeah.
So let's just safe to say this guy has had an extensive
He was pretty.
career.
He died 2003, and then he released some posthumous work with Against the Ropes, Back to Gaia, and First Daughter. Yep.
Damn.
He did good. He did good with this film. I love the score of this.
Oh, well, rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
Fantastic work. Very shining and space-like.
Yes.
Good shit. I do like that. When like the fucking whenever they're going through the hallway near the climax, there's some really neat sounds going on. It's you know what I'm talking about, the hallway is similar to the Alien 1 opening hallway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's some really awesome like soundtrack notes that are being hit whenever they're running through there. It's almost Jaws-esque, but kind of like spacey. The
space element with that adds wonderful for it.
It's so cool. So fucking cool. But yeah,
God damn, I want to watch Alien.
Right?
I want to watch The Shining.
we have the third one coming up pretty soon too.
I can't really say best song because we really don't know much about the.
I'm gonna say that techno song as soon as the credits open.
Yeah, that's very 90s.
Okay, I'm sorry, that shit sucked. I'm sorry.
No, that's like slap, dude.
Favorite character goes to Lawrence Fishburne because that performance is absolutely exquisite. You can definitely feel his emotions in every scene he is in. His dialogue and interactions with other characters is definitely a step above the rest, excluding Sam Neill. I feel like it's a truly believable performance, especially whenever we see the sequence, whenever he's starting to hear the voice of the person that only he really knows about. I think that that's extremely effective. Yes. I like the kind of where he rests his head and kind of has to center himself to realize that, hey, this isn't real. I got to get control of it. Yeah, yes. I think it's just really well done. And I think that he did really well with the script.
He comes across as a very troubled man, and when you get more of his backstory, you can tell
but confident in his abilities.
But I was gonna say he still had good authority throughout. Okay, even with.
Let me ask you guys this: have you ever seen Lawrence Fishburne in a bad role? Because I can't think of any. Even in the shitty Matrix sequels, he did a great job.
Yeah, I don't blame those on him. That was
can't.
That was
even he was in another movie called 21, and he played like a security guard in that. Like, he always got good, tough roles. And one of his first roles was Nightmare 3.
Okay, so he did throw me off a little bit in Predators. I'm not going to lie. But I also wasn't expecting it. And I don't think he necessarily did a bad job in that one.
True.
I mean, his character was just so nuts. Like, he played it that well. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? I've only seen that one time.
I can't believe that was originally supposed to be Dutch, because that would have made no sense for his character.
We will be covering King of New York in the next season of Lights, Camera,
Exploitation. That was supposed to be Dutch, but they couldn't sign Schwarzenegger, so they rewrote it for Lawrence Fishburne. Made little tweaks to the character here and there.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because Schwarzenegger probably looked at it and said, "I will not get the job in this movie. Get the fuck out of here."
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would it be Dutch?
Exactly.
That's why I said it doesn't make any sense.
No, fuck that. Anyways, you said King of New York next season there, buddy?
Yeah, Fishburne's in that.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of any other, I honestly can't think of any shitty.
Yeah, I'm looking through it. He's not in anything bad.
No, he's.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's touched anything DC. I'm not DC. I mean Marvel. It's all DC stuff.
I was gonna say, he's fucking Perry White. What are you talking about?
He's also in John Wick. Isn't John Wick DC?
Yo, John Wick is
John
Wick is a great movie. I watched the second one.
Oh no, he's Marvel. Ant-Man and Wasp. Bill Foster.
Oh, that's right. He was Goliath.
Oh yeah,
right.
But even then, that wasn't a bad role.
I liked Ant-Man and Wasp better than the first Ant-Man.
Oh, he was.
I love both of those movies.
They should have had him in Snyder Cut. Fuck.
Oh, speaking of, they announced the names of some of the Marvel sequels today.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Marvels threw me because I didn't know what the hell it was, and I had to ask Steph.
It's Captain Marvel.
It's the Captain Marvel sequel, yeah, but it's called the Marvels because of
the other
Monica.
Miss Marvel, right?
The other Captain Marvel, Monica. She was in WandaVision. She'll be in it.
Right, but I think they're also bringing in Ms. Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yeah. I don't know if she's in it, but I know Monica is.
Oh, see, I think.
Are you guys talking about the Eternals thing that dropped today?
Eternals dropped as well today.
Okay. Hey, they're finally doing that Iron Man for Disney Plus. The new Iron Man series.
Oh, they are?
With the new Iron Man, yeah.
Oh, you mean the Ironheart?
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing Ironheart?
That was announced a while ago.
Yeah, I'm hyped about it. It looks pretty cool.
I don't know.
I'm excited to see how her fro goes into like her bigger hair goes into the fucking helmet.
You mean pop out when she takes the helmet off and it's just like,
well, yeah. I'm interested to see how that works.
I'm such a Downey fan. I don't know, man. I'll watch it, but
I'm interested to see how this next generation plans out. I think it's going to be really cool to see all these different variations and like this modern take on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm very excited for that. The same with the DC. I think that their new approach is it's going to be awesome.
That's because they're leading up to a Young Avengers property at some point, whether it be a TV series. That's why they have Hawkeye training the new girl. That's why they aged Ant-Man's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Why she survived the snap. There's other ones too.
I gotta get caught up.
Marvel.
So far behind, it's not even funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of because Black Panther 2, that was Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever, yeah.
The Legend of that was announced like last week or 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Shang-Chi. What the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, the when they dropped the trailer and everything.
Yeah.
The toys, there's toys out for that already. I saw them at Walmart yesterday.
Yep.
I guess if you don't want the movie spoiled, like Kong versus Godzilla, don't go look at them.
Hey guys, was it the only
let's get on to the questions.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yes. I think it was, considering the route it was going. Yes.
If we got the full version, it would be. I think the scary's cut out of this fucking film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blood orgy gone.
Again, we're just teased and then left with blue balls. I definitely didn't catch a kiss.
Just the first half of the movie, Steph jumped like 5 times, so it was definitely had the good jump scares.
Yeah, Sarah wasn't really scared at all. It was interesting. She was just kind of like, meh.
I felt like it had the good setup to be really scary, but once again, we got fucked.
Yeah.
Like the ship presence, the whole production of it was fucking amazing.
The ending was left in the oven too long, baby.
It's just like when you get too high and you're like, pizza, fuck, and then you go back and it's a hockey puck.
Yep. Boom.
Does it hold up today then?
Some of the CGI effects do not, and sadly, the currently form of the edited story has a meh ending. But because of the premise and some of the scenes, and again, really fucking rad what this film could have been, I think it's worth. We'll talk about it later.
I'm going to say yes.
I think it does.
Yeah,
but again, like you said, some of the CGI,
I would say if you could update maybe certain
it
CGI
would hold up better if the
Yeah.
CGI looked better and the story was more complete.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can forgive the CGI just given the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Again, no, you can't.
Starship Troopers.
All right, fair enough.
You can't forgive.
I'd almost have to compare the budgets of the two, though, just to see.
And you know something? Here, I'm going to go a step further. You honestly can't forgive any shitty CGI in the 90s, and that's due to Terminator 2. Let's be real.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's like almost 10 years, isn't it? No, what year is Terminator 2?
91.
91? Oh, no, it's 8 years.
Even then, like that CGI still looks
maybe
also probably like 4 times the budget item.
Maybe it's just an early Paul Anderson thing, because look how shitty Reptile looked in Mortal Kombat. Like even by 95 standards, that looked like shit. When that came out, I was like, that looks like shit.
And then, but that's why they came out with the
budget's 105 million on Starship.
Oh, was it?
This is 60 million, so you had almost double.
Yeah. That can make a difference.
Fair enough.
But you know what? That movie actually made money, though.
Look at the difference between the directors, though.
Yeah, that too.
Paul Anderson was kind of a new guy. You know, you got Paul.
The other guy did RoboCop.
Yeah.
Well, RoboCop did Total Recall, too.
So he was working with some big time right there already.
No shit. All right. So what are we on? Acting.
The acting was phenomenal.
Yep.
Acting was great in this.
Nails it, baby.
Yes, it does. Acting was great in this movie. It's top notch.
Nobody hammed it. Good to go.
No.
Cinematography is fantastic. Again, it's a little dark for my taste. The 4K definitely helped with the HDR and whatnot, but it's that style of filmmaking from the late 90s, so you kind of got to forgive and forget with that stuff.
Let me interject there just for a second. Remember, this is it's in space. It has to be dark.
Fair enough. Well, okay. Interiors needs to be dark in space. These are futuristic lights.
He's got a point there.
Yes and
maybe
no.
Maybe they kept it dark to
the inside of the
to remind the audience that it was in space.
I mean, I'm not saying they couldn't have gone like a Suspiria vibe and made it super vibrant, but
okay, it's a horror movie in space.
Yeah. I feel
that
like
would have been a bit too far.
Yeah. Right? Super neon fucking.
It looked like the freaking strip in Las Vegas.
Some of us like that. Okay, anybody else want to talk about cinematography?
Yeah. Okay, I definitely got.
Go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna name at least two shots that I really liked, and I liked the pan out one that we talked about earlier from Sam Neill in the space station.
Brilliant, love that.
That was great. The whole split, and then I don't think they were on Event Horizon. Yeah, I think they were on the ship going there, but there was a shot where it started where it looked like he was like walking upside down. And then it does like a really long rotational flip. I really enjoyed that.
Is that the name of the ship?
No.
No. It was
Lewis and Clark.
That's it. Yeah, Lewis and Clark.
Hansel and Gretel.
Suicide off this fucking ravine.
One of my favorite shots, now that you mentioned, is when Miller is running and that fireball's coming towards him, and you literally see it beeline him through that door.
Hey, Dick Miller was in this movie.
It comes through. Was it really?
Yeah, one of the crew's name was Dick Miller.
I don't think it's Dick Miller, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure one of the crew said his name was Dick. No, Dick Smith. Sorry. God damn it.
Close enough. He was the Exorcist guy.
Was it? Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
he did the Exorcist.
Word. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, it's one of the guys who was right before they introduced the captain. Whenever they're going back to the archival footage, when he's like, "Dick," and the guy was like, "Yeah."
All right.
Where are we? Premise? We all like the premise.
Yeah, we love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I did. I just wish we'd gotten more like normal. But yes, I loved for what we got.
Shining in space. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say rewind.
Yeah.
But not too much. I'm not going to rewind.
Not too much?
Yeah.
I'm going to say rewind.
Yeah,
I
want rewind.
I'll say rewind, and I like Brody's idea of a prequel.
Okay, here's a question. Why watch this when you can pull out Aliens 2?
Would Aliens 2 be Alien 3?
No, hey.
God damn it.
Actually, what's Aliens 2 in Italy? I want to see what that is now.
Aliens in Italy?
Actually, Italy, didn't the Italians make a movie called Alien 2 on Earth?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Alien 2. Oh, fuck.
It sounds like Subspecies. It sounds like the movie
I think we talked about it not too long ago, too. Fuck. Yeah, I can't remember what franchise it was, but it's literally called Aliens 2. Fuck.
I would almost say maybe remake it, but I don't know who you would get to take over the parts of Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill, because they did such great jobs in their roles.
Yeah,
it'd be a really hard comparison, I feel. Like, I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but if you're gonna do it, do what, like, I'd almost be like, yo, listen, give Paul Anderson it again and let him helm his own reboot and do what you wanted in the first place.
Oh, yeah, but you know what the problem is, though? I don't think it would have the same feeling. As much as we would want that, I don't think it would. I don't think so.
The funny thing is, you could almost remake it with Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne, because they have barely aged since this movie came out.
This is true. Yeah.
Fair.
I'll say Sam Neill hasn't aged at all. He still looks
a little bit more grizzled. Lawrence Fishburne as the captain. I can see that. Especially if he comes in with like a big gray beard or something like that, like an Ahab or something.
Oh, wait. Remake it with those two. But they have a scene where it's like Return of the Living Dead Part 2, where they're like, I feel like we've done this before.
Yeah. There you go. It's like, let me just do this.
That would be fucked. Yeah. Either rewind or remake. I'd be happy with either one.
Yeah.
I'll take rewind. 4K, obviously.
I agree.
As long as they don't remake it the same way they remade Total Recall.
I never watched it, and I don't want to. Let's not discuss that, please.
No, that reminds me. Here's an idea for maybe a Patreon show: is where we just sit and watch really shitty remakes
and torture ourselves.
Yes, the fans get to pick it. We sit and watch it.
Dude, but I'm vetoing that. I am not watching that fucking piece of shit.
Have you watched it?
I don't want to. I will not be there for that episode. No.
You know what turned me off the worst in that episode, chat, or that movie was, okay, so the little scene where Arnold's in the alleyway with his buddy and they all try to, you know what I mean? And he takes him out super fast and it's only like 3 or 4 dudes, but it's like super nonchalant. It looks out. I hated what they did in the reboot. And it was like a full fucking courtroom of like 50 dudes. He just miraculously takes out. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys upped the ante like 1,000 times. Why? That's ridiculous. Like,
got the minute, baby.
I still love. There was an interview there. He's like, yeah, somebody decided to remake Total Recall. It was a piece of shit.
So all right. While we're doing the Arnold, really quick sidebar. I was asked this the other day, and I feel like you gentlemen would enjoy this question. Top 3 Arnold movies, not including Predator or Terminator 2.
Just Terminator 2?
Total Recall.
Wait, just Terminator 2 or the Terminator franchise?
I would say, see, it came down to Terminator 2 specifically, but
because I would throw the first Terminator up there.
Okay.
With Total Recall,
Terminator.
I would go with True Lies.
Really? Okay.
I love True Lies.
It's a great movie.
We were doing top 5, but I figured I'd short it for you guys and just do top 3 because that'd be the
Total Recall, Terminator, and then I would definitely have to say, because it's so near and dear to my heart.
He's gonna go Last Action Hero.
Okay, see, I almost went with that, but my choices were Commando. Literally has one of the best one-liners, some of the best one-liners in it. Total Recall, of course, and I was going with my buddy, Kindergarten Cop, because that was always. For me growing up in the 90s, that was always a big one.
I do love Kindergarten Cop too.
Okay, top 5. Pumping Iron. 4. We'll have to go to Kindergarten Cop. 3. It's gonna go to Jingle All the Way.
Oh yes.
It's gonna go to Commando, and 1 Twins.
Yo, Twins is a great movie.
I'm just proud of you that you throw in Batman and Robin.
No, just Mr. Freeze. He's not like that cool in that.
Freeze in hell, Batman.
But you got to include fucking Pumping Iron. He says like getting a pump is like coming. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming all the time. I'm coming at the gym.
No, one of my favorite lines from that movie is when they're talking about what they're eating is like, oh my God, look at those guys. They're eating 3 hamburgers at once. He's eating 12 eggs all in there. And the one he's doing it with the biceps.
Isn't that the one where he's just ripping a joint too while they're fucking filming? I'm like, now, when we were having this discussion, I was like, do we go? Because like nobody said it, but then we kind of did. It was an afterthought. I was like, yo, what about any of the Conan movies?
Yeah, why not?
Like, well, because I went with the earliest. I was like, yo,
Hercules in New York. Yeah.
But which cut? The one where they kept
the badly dubbed one.
Okay, because I've seen both. I've seen the one where they kept his voice, and I've seen the dubbed one, and I don't know which one's worse.
You got to go with the dubbed one.
I would totally throw in Conan the Barbarian in there in a top 5. Absolutely.
Hey guys, let's rate this motherfucker. Okay, so Johnny.
I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm going to agree with Brody, 4.2.
That's exactly where I was going. 4.2 for me as well.
I'm going to give it a 4.0.
I'm going to give it a 3.5. That is a Gore N More score of 3.9.
Yeah, buddy. Sounds about right.
Too shabby.
Sweet. So next week's episode, even though did we already mention it, or was that before we went live?
That was before.
Okay, so next week's episode is our Doppelganger Kangabanger is one of his favorites.
Pet Cemetery.
The original.
I don't want to be buried.
87, correct?
87, yes.
87.
No.
88.
88.
I wonder if he'll call off work for that.
It was either 88 or 89 because I was 12. I remember that.
Okay. Nope. Okay. Sweet. That's always a great one, dude. And it's been a hot minute since I watched that.
That was easily one of my favorite it's easily one of my favorite movies for horror.
Does that have a 4K release yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen anything on it. Not that I remember.
It'll probably just be the fucking remake that comes up.
Nothing was really put like announced this week. Really cool. Like Criterion's having a 30% off sale right now, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it through them or through like I know Barnes and Noble every so often does like a Criterion 30% off sale.
Yes, they do.
So there is a 4K Blu-ray with a slipcase.
Or is that remake, homie?
Nope, this one says 1989.
Oh, baby.
I'm on eBay right now. Who's actually selling this?
eBay. eBay's always got some good shit.
Oh, eBay's trouble for me anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan myself. But no, there is definitely one out there. Huh.
Wait, interesting. eBay or from the movie?
No, okay, so here it is, 4K Ultra HD on Amazon. Blu-ray is $44.97. Wait a minute. The 4K is only $20. I'm about to order me the 4K right now.
Hey, you might as well at this point. I have the regular DVD, so I'll just be watching it like that.
Also, I think
I'll just rent it on Prime.
I was seeing some of the features on the PlayStation 5 with reading the Blu-rays. They can't do like certain like what are the like Dolby Vision or some shit. Like some of them don't have those features for like certain HDRs and Dolby Visions and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Again, these aren't dedicated players. These are players with the added features. So,
and that's exactly why I never buy a next gen system when they first come out.
Yeah,
there's too many tweaks that need to be made.
Bingo.
Once again, like we mentioned before, there will be a slim version in a year and a half.
There'll be a slim and a pro version, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
probably. Fuckers.
AK is just around the corner, folks. Just remember.
That's why I'm saying there's going to be a pro version that's going to be 8K enabled.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, okay. Well, no, because the Xbox Series X already has 8K on it.
Mm-hmm. Does it?
That was one of the standout features from launch. Which I was pretty
now, if anybody actually has an 8K television in their home,
right? You got some money.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's a novelty thing at this point. But anyway, I think that's it for this episode of the Gore N More podcast. Friendly reminder that the Gore N More podcast is part of the Project Louder podcasting network, home to other great podcasts such as the TJ Bowser Power Hour, Ghoulies Unflushed, Big Bad Beetle Bros, Rabbit Hole, Wrestling Ruin, Lights, Camera, Exploitation, Fatality, Mortal Kombat, and so much more. You can listen to those on Google Play, Audible, Spotify, and anywhere else you consume audio-only content. Head on over to projectlouder.net, your source for pop culture, and so much more. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, signing off.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Daddy, saying Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers, stepmothers, and motherfuckers on Sunday.
Yeah! This is Big Johnny D saying see you later, Gorehounds, and also to follow Chad Suit. If it's going to be Mother's Day, you also need a Mother's Night.
By the way, I would also like to point out that there would be no Mother's Day without us. Because you can't have a Mother's Day without a cream pie.
Oh!
Hey, just saying. They should be thanking us. Just saying.
Well, this is...
You get us all killed.
Bobby, end the stream. End the fucking stream.
This is your killing machine, Bobby and Mo saying, good night. I got nothing else for that. Good night.